As an INFJ, I know what it's like to feel like you're always striving to be better, but never feeling quite like you've made it. It's always like you're one step away from fully accepting yourself. Does that sound familiar? I also know what it's like to always feel like you don't quite fit in, like you're the oddball, the fish out of water. When I was younger, I found it really hard to accept myself for who I was. I felt like I was a chameleon, adapting and changing myself to fit in with the peers that I was currently hanging out with. Is that your experience too? In this video, we are going to talk all about INFJs and self-acceptance. We're going to chat about why it's hard for the INFJ to accept themselves, what self-acceptance for an INFJ might look like, and some practical tips for you to cultivate a life of self-acceptance. Hi everybody, I'm Sam. I'm an Australian-based counsellor specifically for INFJs, introverts, empaths, and gentle souls. And on this YouTube channel, we talk all about that. We talk about INFJs, introverts, therapy, all of the things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I would love for you to please subscribe to my channel. Now, before we really get into this video on self-acceptance, which I believe is key for an INFJ, I believe self-acceptance is key for an INFJ to live a life that is full of joy, full of peace, and where you can truly step into your purpose. But firstly, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor, Luisa Jewellery. This is the third time that I've worked with Luisa now, and I absolutely love this company. I love their products and I love what they stand for. Part of my own self-acceptance journey was accepting the fact that I love and adore beautiful, simple, fine jewellery. And jewellery that has a story and means something to me, which I've mentioned in a few of my other videos when Luisa has sponsored them. Today they've gifted me 2 new pieces of jewellery which I'm absolutely in love with. They've gifted me this beautiful bracelet and this gorgeous anklet. I never really wear anklets, so this is the first time that I'm doing it, but I'm always in shorts or dresses, and I thought, you know what, my ankles deserve to be adorned with some jewelry too, just like the rest of myself. I feel like these 2 pieces of jewelry go really well with the other jewelry pieces that Luisa has gifted me, such as my ocean necklace and ocean earrings. And I'm really excited to let you know that at the moment, Luisa is having their biggest sale of the year, where you can get their jewelry pieces for 30% off using the code that is in my description box. Now, I wear their jewelry all day, so I can vouch for this fact that their quality is unmatched. It's long-lasting, hypoallergenic, water resistant, and sustainable. And please trust me on this, because I live in the subtropics of Australia, which means it gets really hot here. I'm swimming almost every day in the swimming pools, in the beach, and I never take my jewelry off. Yet day after day, my jewelry continues to look brand new and beautiful. So I'd love for you to go check them out, look at their website. They have so many beautiful pieces to choose from, where you can find something that tells a story for you, something that is meaningful for you, or perhaps you could even find a gift for a loved one for Christmas. Now back to the video on INFJs and self-acceptance. Let's begin with why self-acceptance is hard for INFJs. As always, I want to hear from you, and I want to know why you think it might be difficult for an INFJ, or why you yourself might find it difficult to find self-acceptance. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and feelings on this topic. Here are just some of the reasons why INFJs might find it difficult to find self-acceptance. The first one being the perfectionism trap. INFJs, we are often perfectionists. We set our standards incredibly high to the point that at times it can be unrealistic. We have a strong inner drive to do everything perfectly, whether it's through our work, relationships, or even through our own personal growth. This means that if we fall short of our idealized self-image that we have for ourselves, then we can feel like we are failing or not measuring up. This constant striving for perfectionism makes it hard for the INFJ to accept themselves as they are, because they're always focused on becoming something better, often at the expense of acknowledging their inherent value. Accepting imperfection is a crucial part of self-acceptance. And for INFJs, unfortunately, this can be a real hurdle. The second reason why we might struggle with self-acceptance is difficulty with friendships in our younger years. This causes us to doubt ourselves and to question why you were never able to truly fit in. When you've had a hard time making deep and meaningful connections with other people, you can begin to ask yourself if there's something wrong with you. If others can't accept you, then how can you accept yourself? I know for me that was a big part of my journey of learning to look at myself with love and self-compassion, and to get to a point where I was able to fully accept myself for everything that I was, despite what my peers thought of me. The third reason is the invisible expectations. INFJs often feel an intense sense of responsibility towards others. They care deeply about the well-being of those around them, and sometimes puts other people's needs above their own. They also tend to have an idealized vision of how they should be as friends, partners, or leaders, often trying to meet expectations that may not even be articulated but are felt deeply. When INFJs feel like they're not living up to these invisible expectations, whether it's from others or themselves, they struggle with self-acceptance. If they can't meet the needs of others perfectly, they may not feel like they're worthy of love or respect. Self-acceptance in this case means releasing the idea that they have to be everything to everyone in order to be enough. And lastly, the inner critic. INFJs, we have a rich inner world where we often reflect deeply on our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. Now, while this might help us to grow as people and to grow in our businesses and work and family life, it can also lead to self-criticism. As INFJs, we may dwell on past mistakes or imagine all of the ways that we could have been better. This can make us feel like we're never truly good enough, or like we've failed in some way. The inner critic, unfortunately, it's a huge barrier to self-acceptance, because it's constantly telling us as INFJs that who we are right now isn't enough. In order for us to accept ourselves as INFJs and as individual people, we need to learn to silence that critical inner voice and recognize that you are worthy of love and respect exactly as you are, who you are right now, in this moment, in this present moment as you're watching this video, without needing to be perfect and without needing to fix everything. What does self-acceptance look like for an INFJ? Where do you feel like you're on in your self-acceptance journey? I feel like personally I have come such a long way in learning to fully embrace and love myself for who I am. Finding out I was an INFJ was a key part in coming to a place of self-acceptance and love. It was such an aha moment, and it brought me this new sense of freedom to be completely and fully myself. Self-acceptance in INFJs can look like 1. Redefining success and value. As INFJs, we often tie our worth to perfection or external achievements. But self-acceptance means redefining success based on the internal fulfillment. It's about aligning with your core values and realizing that you're enough as you are without needing to meet these unrealistic standards. 2, embracing imperfections and human flaws. Because guess what, INFJ? You're human, and all humans have flaws. We tend to, as I've already said, we tend to be perfectionists and overly self-critical. But true self-acceptance involves embracing these imperfections and understanding that flaws are part of being human. Knowing this helps the INFJ to stop seeing themselves as failures and instead as opportunities for growth. 3, embracing your unique nature. INFJ, I would not be surprised if you often feel different or misunderstood. But self-acceptance means celebrating these unique qualities that you have, embracing your deep sensitivity and intuition as strengths rather than weaknesses, and allowing yourself to feel confident within your individuality. 4, finding balance between giving and receiving. As INFJs, we naturally want to help others, but self-acceptance means learning to set boundaries and take care of ourselves. By prioritizing your own needs alongside others, this can help avoid burnout and maintain that sense of inner peace and joy. And 5, living authentically and aligned with your values. Now, INFJs often struggle with the societal expectations, but self-acceptance means being able to live authentically and in alignment with your personal values. When you stop trying to conform to everybody else, when you stop trying to conform to society and start honoring your truth, then you can begin to feel more fulfilled and at peace. I'm going to share with you some practical tips that you can use and start using today to help cultivate this self-acceptance. But as I always tell you in my videos, this INFJ community that we've been creating on this channel, it's so important to me, and it's so important that we hear from you and we hear your input, your thoughts, your feelings, because you're the expert of yourself. You know yourself best. And so I want to hear from you. I want you to please share in the comments what has helped you find self-acceptance. And then as a community, we can help each other. But here are some things that you can begin trying today. The first one is journaling and self-reflection. This was a key part of my healing. It was a key part of me coming to a place of self-acceptance. And within my journaling writing, I would use a technique called parts work therapy, which is something that I use with my clients in counseling sessions. Now, I love journaling, and there is so much I could share with you about it. I have actually created a journaling course for you, and originally it was launched at the beginning of this year, but I've been updating it. If you would like to know when that journaling course is ready for you to have, it's going to be super cheap, then please click on my email link and pop your email in so that you can be updated on the journaling course. Other practical tips you can try is learning to set healthy boundaries. I have some videos on that and resources. Using mindfulness and self-compassion. Mindfulness is such a beautiful activity, especially for INFJs. We find it so hard to be present and to be in our body. But I found that when I can pause and I can be mindful of what I'm doing right now and be mindful of what I'm feeling and what my body is doing and how I'm feeling it in my body, it has actually helped me to come to a place of self-acceptance for who I am and for my current situation. Another tip is engaging with like-minded people. So INFJs, we thrive when we feel understood. And finding like-minded individuals, so other INFJs, other introverts, other intuitive empaths, it can help foster a sense of belonging and reinforce your self-worth. And I think that's why it's so powerful when a person first finds out that they're an INFJ, because suddenly the whole world just opens up and they find this whole new community of people that are like them. And that's why I love creating this community with you on YouTube, because I know how valuable it's been for so many of my viewers, and I want you to know that I am incredibly grateful for you for being here and for being a part of this. And of course, another practical tip is trying therapy and using parts work within therapy. When we can learn to accept all parts of ourselves with love and compassion, that is incredibly healing and incredibly powerful. I do offer counselling sessions worldwide except for the US and Canada, and you can check out my services in my description. Okay, INFJs, I just want to remind you that you are absolutely brilliant and beautiful and amazing for who you are. Your unique personality, including your struggles and your strengths, and all of the things that you face because of it, is what makes you so special. You, INFJ, have the potential to create deep, meaningful change in the world. And boy, does this world need meaningful change. But it starts with you embracing yourself first. It starts with you loving yourself fully and fully accepting yourself for who you are. So please share with me in the comments your journey on self-acceptance, where you're at on the spectrum. Say if it's from 0 to 10, 10 being you fully love and accept yourself, and 0 being you absolutely do not. Where do you fall on that spectrum? I would love to know. And maybe you could even share with us one thing about yourself that you love and accept. I would like to thank Luisa Jewellery again for sponsoring today's video. I'm so grateful for you. I love all of my new pieces that you've given me. I'm not going to show my ankle again because it's a bit awkward under the table. But yeah, please go check out Luisa, check out their website, look at their jewelry pieces, especially with their 30% off sale. It's their biggest sale of the year. I don't want you to miss out on that. And maybe even leave a comment on which is one of your favorite jewelry pieces. Please check out the link in my description. Thank you. Bye.